Let's come to the common platform that we have in mind. The picture gives an overview of the DoP Common Access Platform, or as we have become used to calling it, the DoPCAP. We have identified and defined three principal ways of using it, the so-called modules. I will explain these more detailed on the following slides. The reason for providing three ways of using the platform was that we did not want to force manufacturers to use the platform in our preferred way, but allow them to choose their favorite way of using it. Let's start with Module A, the simplest module. The general assumption for Module A is that either the manufacturer already has CE markings or declarations of conformity in different languages, which he will use and transform into DoPs, or that for whatever reasons he wants to create the DoPs himself using his own templates, etc. For the following slides, when I refer to manufacturer, the set applies to a single manufacturer or a single factory is shown on the right hand side, or to a group of manufacturers or a group of factories belonging to one manufacturer as shown on the left side. In both cases, whether group or individual manufacturer, the DoPs would be produced by the manufacturer himself in the required language and be stored on a server of the platform, which is publicly accessible. So basically, the platform is used as a cloud. The server is accessible through a common access point, that is a common web address that is cited by all manufacturers in their CE marking. Citing the website in the CE marking is one of the conditions one would expect the Commission to set and publish. By means of the DoP access code, which we chose to be exactly the same as the DoP number, any user can download the correct DoP. To this, of course, the DoP number has indeed to be unique. So without knowing the DoP number, no DoP can be downloaded except for, of course, random trials. Let's look at the access code. The access code, so the DoP number, consists of two parts. The first part is a 5-digit long unique manufacturer code which is assigned to each manufacturer by the platform on request. Once a unique manufacturer code has been assigned, no other manufacturer can request that same code. The second part is a unique product type identifier which is chosen by the manufacturer himself as he pleases. Consequently, the manufacturer himself has to ensure that this part of the access code is indeed unique. As manufacturers are free to use whatever unique product type identifier they like, it is not possible to compare products of two competitors, unless, of course, the user has both DoP access codes or both manufacturers use by coincidence or deliberately the same methodology for the unique product type identifier. The platform itself will not provide search or comparison tools. The success of a random trial therefore depends on the methodology used by each manufacturer for his unique product type identifiers. In Module A, the manufacturer is not only responsible for ensuring that his product type identifier is unique, he is also responsible for using it correctly both in the DoP and the CE marking, as well as he is responsible for drafting a DoP in compliance with the CPR, supplying REACH information if relevant, and providing translations in whatever necessary language. The platform, on the other hand, is responsible for storing the DoP that have been uploaded by the manufacturer for as long as legally required or agreed. It is of course also responsible for ensuring that a DoP file that has been assigned to a specific DoP number cannot be replaced by a different one once it has become accessible for download, even if only for a few seconds before a possible mistake was realized. We move on to Module B. Here we of course find again the public server with a common access point on one side and the manufacturers on the other. Unlike for Module A, however, the manufacturers do not transfer the DoPs as completed readable documents, but only their relevant data, for example the performance values, and the other relevant information that are needed by the platform to create DoPs in different languages using predefined templates. The relevant information is not transmitted product type by product type, but collected in an Excel spreadsheet of a given structure which we call the product data matrix. Just as the manufacturer's own product data matrix, which he uploads to the DoP Common Access Point server, also the new generated draft DoPs remain on a restricted server that is not accessible to public until the generated information has been validated. Only when the manufacturer has validated the new generated DoPs, the system will transfer these to the publicly accessible server, from where they can be downloaded the same way as explained before. Just as for Module A, also for Module B the responsibilities are clearly defined. While the manufacturer is responsible for the information he provided to the DoP Common Access Platform, the latter is responsible for generating the DoPs, storing them and preventing fraud. However, even though the platform generated the DoPs, the responsibility for the content remains with the manufacturer, which he assumes by validating the DoPs prior to being made publicly accessible. Last but not least, Module C. Module C is very similar to Module B, so from the start we find the platform with the public and the restricted server on one side and the manufacturers on the other. The main difference to Module B is that instead of updating product information for a number of product types offline and uploading his product data matrix, the manufacturer uses a web interface to provide the necessary information product type by product type. Access and download works the same way as for Modules A and B, and also the responsibilities are clearly defined and very similar to those for Module B.